So it's come to light that basically just a little while ago, Nate the Hate, one of the people that was saying that was pretty sure that Starfield was going to PS5, has come out and said that now basically he's backtracking on Starfield going to PS5, but there will be other games according to what he knows. And it's basically made me realize that, I mean, something I guess I technically knew, but I didn't believe because I got wrapped up in a lot of this rumor stuff, is that basically when Nate is putting out information and he's not telling us, like, verifying who his sources are and whatnot, like, we're relying on Nate to make sure his sources are vetted and actual reliable sources. And, that's okay. I mean, listen, it happens to the best of journalists with sources not being, that fall through. But to be quite honest, the more I'm thinking about it, we don't even know who Nate is. He doesn't show his actual face. He doesn't put out his actual name. I mean, we have no idea who he is, where he's getting this information from. Obviously, he could just have someone that, knows someone who knows someone who's using that information to give it to Nate in exchange for, I mean, I don't know what Nate would give it to them in exchange for. Maybe the person just wants to give that information out there. I don't know. So, I mean, if this was an actual news reputable site reporting this, then I'd say, okay, listen, they just didn't do their best. But I mean, I guess if I'm not too bothered by it, but it's kind of a wake-up call for me because I don't like leaks, rumors, and spoilers as it is. I don't. But a lot of the YouTube people that I follow, a lot of the Spawncast and the Spawncast crew, I mean, I enjoy watching them, but what I don't enjoy when I watch them is when a leak, a rumor, or especially a spoiler comes out and then they act like it's nothing. Because I understand, listen, they have to talk about stuff, and it's hard to talk about stuff because I mean I've made quite a few kind of like what I call journal entries, but like even making them for myself, I kind of get mindful of what I'm saying, like if anyone comes across my videos, because I don't want to kind of spoil them to the movie or the video game, really. But it is hard to discuss it without talking about the substance of it. If that, I mean, if you've done it, you understand it. So I get it that when I watch these channels, that it's hard to stay away from spoilers. That's understandable. But leaks and rumors, I mean, they're reporting on this because basically, if they're not making YouTube videos, especially the full-time people, if they're not making videos, they're not getting paid, and they're not getting ad revenue from getting paid or sponsors or whatnot, which means they're not paying their bills, they're not feeding themselves, they're not feeding their families. So I get it that they need content, and that the rumor mill, I mean, you could look at it a few ways if you want to get conspiracy theory like. I mean, do they just like, like let's say Nate has a reliable source, and because he's got a reliable source, then someone who had kind of a shaky source says, well, Nate said it's good and Nate's got a good track record. So now Jeff Grubb is saying, oh, well, that must be true because I've heard it too. So now it's being verified by two sources. But did any of them ever really have anything substantial to be verified? Yet they're putting out these videos and these, Twitter or X posts about stuff that's happening first of all, they're being very vague. I don't think they should be vague. If they have to be vague, they shouldn't be making the statement that they're making. If they can't come out and concretely say, in this case, I believe it was, I don't remember what the original tweet was. You hear from so many different places, you don't know who said what at this point. But apparently because Nate actually quote tweeted himself to correct himself. And listen, I commend him that he came out, but to be honest, if the guy didn't come out, when Microsoft comes out during the week of next week, and basically Starfield isn't going to PS5, it's not one of the games, Nate's gonna look like he's got egg on his face, everyone who made that claim. So if they didn't come out with it, because there was such a shitstorm, and rightfully so, I was part of that shitstorm. I was upset, but I was upset because technically, yes, Starfield was one of the ones, but it's more of a thing of, they said because Starfield's coming, a lot of them are coming, which Nate still claims that a lot of games are still coming. It's just Starfield is not one of them. So, that was kind of my thing of that. They said Starfield was not going. That was one of the things. That was one of the reasons why they bought Bethesda, was they didn't want it going, at least timed exclusive, to PlayStation. I thought, I don't always remember details. I'm not looking stuff up. I'm not wasting my time with stuff like that. I'm like most people. We play the telephone game. This one said this one said that. By the time it gets here, the information's degraded or changed. And listen, I get it, but you know what? This is a wake-up call for me to do something that I've been wanting to do for a while, because I spend a good majority of my day on YouTube watching videos about nonsense, and then I'll watch, I'll be subscribed to a bunch of people, and then there'll be one thing reported, I'll watch one person's video, and be like, oh, I'll watch this one's video, that one's video, and I'll watch 6 videos on the same topic, and I've wasted most of my day now watching all these different people. And then also, especially when the rumors and leaks come in, they're not verifying it, they're not saying it concretely, but they're discussing it. So because they're discussing it, and listen, I'm guilty of that myself. I made a video about the rumor for the next Direct and the Switch reveal, which, by the way, I don't agree with what Nate says, and now even more than ever, I definitely feel like I have more at least credence that the next Direct is not going to be a partner Direct, and that I feel it's gonna be a Switch 2 reveal, like a trailer drop. But listen, we'll see. Like I said, yeah. So I already removed. I'll probably put them back eventually, like I usually do. But I removed a lot of those channels from my YouTube feed and told YouTube not to recommend those channels to me anymore, because I'm tired of the rumors and the this and that, and then Because I watch these conferences like a Nintendo Direct or a State of Play or an Xbox show, and it's great to see something and have no knowledge of it. It's such a great surprise, and it's such a great payoff. And I'd say, especially the last year, the rumor mill has been on such, high churning out of all the rumors and every single thing that it's just like I'm not enjoying these shows anymore as much as I feel I would have if I didn't have any, prior knowledge. So yeah. So I would advise you also, stop watching a lot of these rumor, spoiler, leak channels. If they're putting that out there, I mean, watch actual YouTube channels that report on the news. But if that channel is discussing leaks and rumors, then you know what, they're just making content to fill a pay that they need to have done. Because you know what, I mean yeah, okay, it's nice if you actually heard about it, but these people actually look for these videos because they know they get the clicks and they'll get paid on it. And I feel like I'm being taken advantage of with that. And like I said, I've made I made like one video like that, and it was I actually got quite a bit of views for a channel that is not really a channel. So yeah, that's all I really have to say. I just want to say that I'm gonna try to not watch and see stuff like that. Listen, nothing's gonna be 100%. I'm sure I'll catch a few videos and a few things like that, and I may even make a few posts myself like that when I feel like I just, I make a lot of these videos to get my thoughts out, just get my stuff out here instead of going to Twitter and posting a bunch of nonsense comments, and then people comment on my comments, and then they're arguing with me. I don't need that nonsense. So I just, get my thoughts out here, make a video, say what I have to say. And I do actually respond to the comments here, whether they're good or bad. As long as they're not bots, I mean, that's going to be fun when those start coming in. But yeah, anyway, this is Casual Noob Cybot signing out.